YouTube? It's your boy Jermaine, back with another video. I thought I would do a video talking about some of the changes in San Francisco since the pandemic. And I'm not talking about, how's it going? I'm not talking about business closures. I'm talking about the changes in getting around the city. And I'm talking about all the bike lanes that the city has added since the pandemic, all of the parking spots that the city has eliminated since the pandemic. I thought I would take you guys around the city and show you some of the changes that have just happened. So let's cruise around. Oh my gosh, this new intersection. Yeah, they changed up the lights on this intersection. I haven't exactly memorized it just yet. I can't exactly remember if they switched this area or was this area already done before the pandemic. I think they switched this after the pandemic, but they made this like large bike lane over here, and then this buffer space in between the bike lanes. So yeah, this is great for cyclists, kind of bad for cars. Let's make this light. Now on this block here, oh my gosh, they just recently changed this block. About, I want to say about a month ago, they got rid of the parking. So the parking was along the street here, and it was a bike lane along this street, but the bike lane was on the other side, and they switched the cars in the bike lane. This is a safer route, but they've also taken away quite a bit of the parking along. And I want to say that they made these parking spots larger. Maybe they didn't, but I want to, well, they made these parking spots smaller. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but they look a bit smaller. And they've definitely subtracted some parking spots here along this route. And then one bad thing about this route, like, yeah, you have this like really nice dedicated bike lane, but one problem I've run into quite a bit, especially on this strip here, is, yeah, you're going up this way and then there's a car trying to pull in, and the car trying to pull in really fast. So that's another thing you gotta watch out for if you're on a bicycle or some sort of electric vehicle or something like that. There's all these parking garages. Like there's another garage there that cars can pop in and pop out. Let's just keep cruising. Now on 3rd Street, they've done a lot of customizations, as I should call it. They've taken the bus lane and they've put it like in the middle of the street. They have a bike lane area over there, but it's not like officially done. So it's a little weird. We'll go down this part of 4th. So they have like this bike. This is 3rd Street actually. They added like this bike lane, but it's not officially a bike lane. And just taking this route all the way down is like, man, one of the bumpiest routes in the city. It's pretty brutal. Now, going back the other way, I take this route all the time. Where like I'll ride up 3rd Street and I'll literally ride in the bike lane the whole way, because the next block up, there's cars that are still parking on the side, and there's also a turn lane. There's just nowhere for the bikes this other block. Now this block here, they've definitely made some accommodations for the bikes, but 3rd Street is a little brutal on the bikes. But they've definitely made the lanes smaller to make this big bus lane that they've added, and then they made this bike lane because they did not have a bike lane here before the pandemic on 3rd Street. And this is technically not an official bike lane because it's not, they haven't added the green strips and all that, but I don't think they're gonna, you know, park cars here. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a bike lane, but it's so bumpy, yo. So brutal. Moscone Center. So they've had this area closed off since the whole pandemic, and now it's open. It's a place you can go get your Rona shot. Yeah, your Rona shot. So that's back open. This area is pretty much the same. And yes, this would be 2nd Street at lunchtime. pretty dead. Pretty quiet. Not much action going on. All right, the top of 2nd Street. So they finally paved 2nd Street. They literally paved 2nd Street all the way to King Street, if you're familiar with the city. Anyone who would drive down 2nd Street or ride a bike down 2nd Street, you already know 2nd Street was a very, very rough road, put it like that. Just to keep it nice and simple. It was just brutal taking 2nd Street. I hated taking 2nd Street, and now I have to remind myself that 2nd Street it's cool to go down. Like 2nd Street is nice. 2nd Street is all smooth and cool. Smooth like butter. I can't believe how quiet the streets are right now. It's like dead. This guy's out still doing artwork. I've actually seen him out since the whole pandemic. Maybe it was a couple weeks he wasn't here, but he's always out doing artwork, yo. And I remember when it was lots of people walking on these sidewalks, and now it's not like that anymore. And it's still nice to still see people out doing their thing. They're like, yeah, I'm still gonna go out and sell art, you know. Just remember, this area was like so bumpy and so full of traffic, and now it's no traffic and all the roads are smooth. Getting on the bridge there, no traffic getting on the bridge right now. Now if I come later in the afternoon, believe me, it'll be lots of traffic getting on the bridge, especially on a stunning day like today. This is not officially a bike lane yet. They haven't put the yellow strips there, but they've got the bike infrastructure already in place here. They just haven't officially made them bike lanes yet. And Brannan, I believe they paved Brannan too since the pandemic. I believe Brannan was, yes, they did pave Brannan since the pandemic, and they've added these bike lanes on Brannan. So Brannan Street all the way down is a-okay for cyclists. Now, you guys may wonder, all these bike lanes, is this really good? Well, it really depends on who you ask. If you ask a cyclist, they're gonna say, hey, it's great, we love it. But if you ask people in cars, they're not gonna like it, because on some streets where it was normally a 2-lane going north, 2-lane going south, they've reduced it to 1 lane going north and 1 lane going south, and they've added a bike lane. So what will that do? Well, that's actually gonna make traffic worse. And this was that 3rd Street I was talking about. 3rd Street is almost like a death trap. I always ride like full speed when I'm on 3rd Street. Right now there's not a lot of traffic, but I always ride full speed on 3rd Street because there's cars turning here, so I can't be here. There's cars over here going fast, so I can't be there. So I just cross my fingers that there are not cars driving in the bus lane, or there's not like a taxi driving in the bus lane. Because cars, believe it or not, a lot of cars are not in the bus lane. This is like the mock bike lane here. Believe it or not, a lot of cars don't drive in the bus lane, but when taxis are in the bus lane, they drive fast. And if a bus is in the bus line, like, they'll definitely give you a respect, you know, but the taxis will run you over in the bus line. They're just like, get out of here. And it's like, there's nowhere else for you to go. If you're on a bike or you're on some sort of electric vehicle, you're forced to be like in this lane. I just can't believe it's like lunchtime and I'm skateboarding on this sidewalk. It would be so many people standing on this sidewalk like before the pandemic. So many people, now there's no one, y'all. Don't skateboard in your Gucci shoes. I'm crazy. Okay, so Folsom Street. I've definitely made some customizations on Folsom Street. So before the pandemic, Folsom Street was a one-way going this way. And now they've actually added a lane going this way. And when we go down here, I believe we can see why they added this lane. So there's all these buildings. We got like the Mexican embassy here. We have, you know, this high rise here. And for the street just to go one way would just be very inconvenient. So they made it two lanes, which is a really good idea, especially down here, because this is kind of like this whole new neighborhood that they built, you know, and they got it all modern. So you can't just have the streets going one way, because people want to get picked up in front of their building and not have to go up and get forced to get on the freeway. Because if you go up this way, you're like forced to get on the freeway, but then they added that extra lane over there, so now you can go straight to 2nd Street. Now we're at 1st Street, and 1st Street is always busy with the traffic going to the freeway. So we go down here, they've all added all these bike lanes here. Now this area before the pandemic was like a part of town a lot of people didn't really go to, and they were working on this area, building these buildings around to make this a little bit more of a vibrant area. And this area is coming up, yo. It's really coming together. So, there's still a lot of vacancies over here, so I would imagine eventually we might see some restaurants move in. We might even see you know, we might see some restaurants move in. We might see, like, you know, a little corner store. We might see some businesses. We might see some shops. There's a lot of vacant real estate, like little vacant places. And, you know, over time, you know, entrepreneurs will, you know, be like, yo, let's open up a shop here. Let's open up a place here. And then it'll grow. But as of now, it is pretty quiet. There's this Starbucks over here that's been here for some time. Now before, I believe this was just all parking. It's all meters and stuff, and then they fixed up the streets here and popped the streets out on this side and that side, and it just made it a little bit more modern. It just made this whole neighborhood look very just up to date, like not like old school and traditional. And once we get to Embarcadero, it warms up. Yes, it warms up. I wonder where that train's going. I wonder, is the underground open? I thought the underground was still closed. So once we get down to Embarcadero, they've added all of these bike lanes here, and they've taken off the parking, because it was parking here. And then the next block, it was an extra lane. They got rid of that extra lane. So what this is really gonna do is it's just gonna slow down the cars, and it's gonna make the traffic even greater, because now instead of the cars having more room to move around in, they have less room to move around in, meaning it's gonna take longer to cruise Embarcadero. Which is kind of bad if you're in a hurry. You wouldn't want to take Embarcadero, but on a nice sunny day, why not cruise Embarcadero in your car and chill in traffic, and all the bikers and pedestrians can just zoom around on the bike lanes. This one here was a extra lane that definitely helped the traffic move a little bit faster. But now it's for the bikes, the EVs, the skateboarders. Yeah, we can share it. We taking over this, yo. Wow, plenty of scooters. What happened to all those people selling this stuff down here? They're here some days they're not here. I guess today is one of those days they're not here. But it's such a nice day, they should definitely be out here, yo. Wow, it's such a nice day today. Today and tomorrow is gonna be really nice. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to show you guys what they did to Beale Street. Let's get back over there. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's me. Have a good day. Oh yeah, the bike lanes. Check out all of these bike lanes they put here. They got across the street. Let's see. Check out all of this they put. Oh, looks like more offices are moving out. I mean, I see that all the time. It doesn't even surprise me to see people moving out in the city. It actually surprises me more to see people moving into the city, because I'm wondering, like, you're very optimistic. Because it's not like the prices are falling that much, you know? And off to the right, we have the sinking tower. No, I mean the Millennium Tower. It's sinking, but somehow they're gonna stop it from sinking. They like jacked the street up over there. The street's like 2 feet off the ground over there. I don't know how you stop a building from sinking. I guess they like drill down into the ground and add supports. I don't know, dude. That sounds insane. But yeah, there it is, the sinking tower. People hate when I call it the sinking tower, but it's sinking, yo. Man, this place is a ghost town. It's like lunchtime. I'm about to go eat. Or maybe I'm about to go cut this Uber Eats app on. Because the Uber Eats is doing really good. Yo, if any of y'all out there want to sign up for Uber Eats, man, you can make bank, yo. I got a link down in the description below. Sign up for Uber Eats. I'm telling you, it's good, yo. But anyway, guys, just wanted to make a video just going around the city, kind of showing you guys what's going on, like, you know, the kind of the changes. And if you want to know, if you come to the city and you're trying to figure out like, why is there so much traffic, the city's not really dead, well, there probably will be more traffic because there's less lanes to drive in, you know. And if you're coming on a bike, you're probably gonna like it because you're probably gonna be like, yo, this is really, really dope, like they've changed up things. But I don't know, we'll have to see how it goes. Maybe they'll change things back. Market Street has been off limits to regular cars or private cars for more than a year now, and I still see cars drive on Market Street like randomly, but I don't see it as much as I, you know, used to, like last year when they first, you know, banned cars on Market Street. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of changes, and I believe they're supposed to do more stuff on Market Street. They're supposed to like add like an actual bike lane going all the way down Market Street and make a dedicated bus lane. Like, they had other plans, but I don't know, we'll have to wait and see if those happen. But anyway, guys, just wanted to make a video giving you guys an update about SF. If you guys want to see other neighborhoods in the city, because there's also you know, a whole lot of other neighborhoods where they've closed streets to cars that don't live on that street, and they've done that to make the streets slower. And I can like talk about those and show you guys some of those areas in another video if you guys want to see more videos like this. But anyway, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, yo, thanks a lot for watching.